If it tells us to turn the phone on again. Okay. Maybe now we can get it. Sorry, guys. We got it back now. Oh, geez, we're going to have to get real close. This portrait. All right, we're back. We're back to it. We're just going to sit like real close together. All right. Maybe now the comments will be turned on. We are back live in portrait mode. This is the first time we've gone live, so you guys got to get us a little bit of a break here.
Sorry.
Whole bit of 0 people on right now.
Nope.
Oh,
Just got one.
there it is.
It's Leo.
Hey, what's up, man?
He texted me the other night.
Are you down? Are you down here, Leo? You down at the beach this weekend? He said hey to you first. It kind of hurts my feelings.
Well, yeah. He was probably
Dang.
going off.
We need to catch up. We need to catch up with you guys soon sometime when we're not running trips on the weekends.
From
Kentucky. Hey, what's up, Brian? We missed you guys in June, man. We missed you guys in June. Hate that the coronavirus held you guys back, but we'll catch up with you guys soon. What's up, John?
Hey.
Mr. Bowler. Drive safe. Don't text and drive.
Not Jay.
It's not?
I don't think so. Us.
It's right.
No, that is Jay.
That's right. John Bowler. Yeah, no, we'll, hey, I will tell you, though, Mr. Brian, that we did get those locks that you recommended on the trailer, the ones where
Yes.
you can't bolt cut them. We've got them both. So it took a little bit longer than I care to admit, but hey, what's up, Blake? Excited.
Howdy.
Blake Bailey right there is going to be our
Flash.
September hire.
Not Flash.
Not Flash.
Where
We are at my apartment. We're at my
Yes,
place of living.
his humble abode.
That's right. We had a fire for you guys, but it made us turn the phone sideways, and
You can see a flame peek through there every
that's
now
right.
and
It's
then.
kind of getting hot on my back, but no, the weather this weekend is horrible. We had to cancel yesterday's trip due to double red flags, which is never fun. Hey, Mr. Kenny.
How you doing?
Hopefully you've been getting that paddleboard out in between rainstorms.
Yes, sir. Trying to catch a big one.
Jack, what's up, man?
Coming for you later today.
That's right. We're excited. We're excited to meet up with Jack. We got something exciting. If you guys don't follow Yakking with Jack on the tubes, you need to do it. You need to do it. Oh my gosh, there's so many coming in. Blake is the September. Blake's coming down for a little while. He's going to help us out, run some trips during the week. Oh, I don't like that those go away.
Yeah.
Can I keep them up? Oh. All messages are visible. Boom, look at that. Okay. Yes. Did you put paint? Yes. No, our downstairs neighbor, Mr. Jack, painted this picture. It's actually of, if you guys fish out in Pensacola,
Where
you guys would
go
notice.
fishing.
You guys would notice. What's up, Tyler? Hey, Adam and Dylan. There's over in Credito where we fish. We ran into them that night on the beach. Let's see. Why can't I keep that up? What's up, Mr. Cliff? Not much. We're hanging out inside right now. Yeah, get Camden on,
Yes,
man. That would be great. That would be great. No, we're hanging out. We've got a trip tonight as of right now, but we're looking at 4.5-foot waves, 15-mile-an-hour wind, and possibly double red flags, so we might not be able to go. The dinghy was great.
The dinghy is awesome, but the motor,
Yeah,
the pull cord broke.
We pulled the pull cord out, the knot slipped, so the motor's in the shop, which is kind of where motors tend to be
Yeah.
most of the time. But no, I feel like that dinghy is going to be great when it's working, and it's going to be a pain in the butt when it's not working. So you always have the trusty kayak, though. Always
true.
have the trusty kayak. But no, we've got some. Oh, Shep.
I did not know that. What's up, Shep?
When are you gonna start making videos, man? That's what we need. That's what the world needs.
Shep in a video.
That's right. That's right. Well, I'd like to introduce you guys to our new TRX 80,
Yes, sir.
80 wide, all
Green.
green. We're having Mr. Cameron Calhoun build out an awesome rod for us, steadfast rod, of course. Now that some people are joined in, if you guys are fishing peeps, I'd like to let you know that this live presentation is sponsored by sandbartackle.com. So go check out sandbartackle.com. There are only hooks that we use, and we don't use them because they are sponsoring us. We use them because they're great.
They work.
They work.
They
This
come
is
sharp right out of the
amateur.
package.
It's
Whenever
going to
we-
be brutal tonight. Jack, I have a feeling that there's double red flags, so that at least takes the decision out of our hands, but I always hate canceling a trip, and if we have the option to and it's not lightning, Adam does not like lightning.
I don't do lightning one bit.
Honestly, I don't really love lightning, but I'm not as bad as Adam. But if there's any type of lightning, we cancel the trip. But if it's up to us to run it, we're gonna get in the kayak. And we've had a couple trips where we get in the kayak, 4 or 5 foot waves, 15-mile-an-hour wind, and we like literally physically cannot get baits out. And then that's when we're like, hey, look, don't pay us, but we're not gonna be able to run the trip tonight. We're gonna try to come during the weekend. Love it, dude. Love it. Please let us know, man. Garrett,
Oh, yeah.
you're here, man. You are here. You're no longer on the struggle bus. You're here. But now, it's I hate canceling trips.
Yeah.
Like that's the
Never
worst.
fun.
That's the worst. I mean, that's like we do this because we love it. So it's like when you have to like last night there was like a family with like 3 boys and 1 little girl, and they were so excited to catch a shark, and we couldn't do anything about it. So. But now, if you guys got any questions, we got some of the gear around, leaders around. I said it in the old video, but you guys will be able to see a little bit better here. So we've got, the shirts are in. So check out this design right here, the detail in it. I know it's probably flipped for you guys, but we have a kid, his name is Chase, man, and we actually met him through a charter in 2019, and he hand drew this. I mean, he does this on a Microsoft Surface. Hey, Leo, message us on Instagram, message us on Facebook, Instagram. We'll get you a shirt. We have a few colors and sizes left. We had 100 shirts, and when we've been blessed enough with enough followers that like when we do stuff and like launch it, it seems like there's a huge group that just grabs everything at once. So we had 100 shirts ordered, and before I even made my first post, there were 55 of them spoken for. We've made little black tip cast out leaders before, which we'll do more in the future. But right here, you're looking at the entire company: owner,
Yes, sir.
CEO, HR department,
That's right.
customer service, social media extraordinaire, leader.
Definitely.
Yeah, look at this guy. But now, so we're making a slow grow of it. We're gonna hire some people on next year to run some trips. That interview process makes me really nervous, but. Yes, so we will be getting in XL, 2XL, 3XL, and then use sizes, small, medium, and large. But that's kind of, right now, the apparel side of it, we're doing like an order, and then when that order sells or is close to selling, that, the international has been killing it, man.
Yes, sir.
It is, I will say though, we're in the works through moving reels around and getting new reels in to where the old gal's gonna be hung up on the wall here
I'm
pretty
getting up on
soon.
my wall right above my bed.
That's right. It's gonna go up there with a picture of that giant 13-foot plus tiger shark
Yes, sir.
that Adam never got a tape on. I'm just teasing. It's okay. It's okay. You could have just said, "Hey man, why don't you lose that Mako again?" But no, we are the way apparel is gonna move for right now is we get a batch in. We sell the majority of it, and then that lets us order another batch of performance shirts. And then we sell that. We're going to order a batch of sweatshirts, and then as things, tumble along, we'll be able to do big orders of shirts, and then big orders of sweatshirts and hats and stickers, and we got some koozies. But what we like to do is when we get, ooh,
That's a fair point.
Man.
I'll find a stud.
Man, give us a little review of that. That's something I want to talk about. It's like, so when you do a running man, one, just for anybody watching, there is no reason to do a running man. Just like there's no reason to have a 9-foot shark rod.
It just looks cool.
It looks cool, it's fun, and honestly, we have a 15-foot surf rod, ugly stick surf rod that you guys have seen. Like, that thing bows up. There is no reason to have a 15-foot
No.
rod. You don't need a 9-foot shark rod. You don't need to do a running man hook set, but
It looks cool.
and it's fun. Like
It
what's the point? I don't know. I guess
And
you
why
could,
do you go out there?
you could come out. You
Yeah.
could come out of the beach and just catch a shark and do everything proficiently. And I guess that would be, if you're into that, that's just not our personality. We're gonna have a blast with whatever we do. So we do the running man hook set, and it's like there's a moment when you put the rod over your shoulder where everything comes tight. You can get your hand above the reel, and then you can turn with it. And if you watch that video, go back and watch that video. It's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everything like that. And there's a moment when it sticks so hard that Adam physically cannot get his hand back above that reel. And you want to know what a true grit like dude is. This dude is tough as all get out. His decision was to put the second hand right here. No, there is no option of turning around, and this dude just dug his heels in the best he could.
Tried to.
Got ripped backwards, and I'm talking, you want to talk about, like, if he could have caught him. I mean, you could have fell, put the reel in the sand, and broken your fall, but he knew if he did, the reel's going to get all sandy. That reel did not touch the sand one time. Adam, I'm pretty sure, was unconscious when I got to him for just a second.
A little bit.
Everything was black, and I could not, I had two hands on the reel, and I could not, out of his like limp hands, I could not get the reel, and I'm going, let go. I almost kicked him, like, let go of the reel. Let go of the reel. So
Wasn't about to let go of it.
hey, that's the bottom line. Have fun, but don't let go of the reel.
Yeah.
That's just like things to live by in life. So yeah, that was just funny. I could not stop. Like, I still laugh about that today. Like, I'll get on our Instagram and just watch that video again. Let's cut these counts back on here. When y'all heading back to Perdido, we're gonna be in Perdido tonight, but I don't think it's gonna work out. Actually, our trip tonight is behind a private condo, but the weather's not looking great. We want to give it. Actually, probably we're gonna go after this live session here.
Risk it for the biscuit.
You got to get the biscuits, man. Hey, there's some big mamas out there when there's some rough surf. Like, we've caught some really big fish. That 12-1 tiger came on a night that was
really rough.
4 foot waves, 15-mile-an-hour winds, mousetrap bait.
And then right after that, the foul hooked hammer.
Yep.
I mean, foul hooked bull that we
shark.
thought was a hammer.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fight for sure.
That's right. Some exciting stuff here. So this live video is sponsored by Sandbar Tackle, but we have some pretty exciting stuff coming from Steadfast too. So we just got a new 10500 spinning reel in. We're gonna line it up with some Power Pro braid, 500 yards, and then we're getting a Steadfast medium light, a couple of them built out. Because you guys are on the live video right now, I'll go ahead and release something pretty exciting that we're doing for 2021. We are teaming up with a good buddy of ours who builds some crazy good rods, and we are doing Gulf Coast Nation stock rods next year, 2021, in the spring. We'll be launching a line of 7'6" Steadfast conventional style rods, and then we'll be releasing a line of black tip 10-foot spin casting rods. So keep your eye out for those. We're going to be product testing them very soon, putting them down to the beach. Hey, what's up, Shark Fishing Worldwide? You want to talk about stock rods? Those guys got some good stock rods.
Yeah.
Man, hey, he is, honestly, Shark Fishing Worldwide is kind of taking over if you need some shark fishing stuff, like 1,200 pound mono, Roscoe swivels, Jerry Brown braid, you need an accurate reel, you need a loop deck nose reel, they've got it, man. Anything, yeah, they've got it. It's nice to not have to go to 5 different websites to keep up with 6 different tracking numbers. All right, what we got? Tell the story of Adam's first tiger. Hey, he wasn't one of our videos. What's up, man? I remember when we sat with y'all that one time when we caught a stingray. Hey, I wish that was the current. I wish the stingrays would be running off the beach like they do in the fall. But so for those of you who do not know, maybe we should do a video about that. Like, do you have any video of that though? I don't think you have any video, like phone video.
Jay does from a long time ago.
Anyways, Jay, if you have some of that phone video, maybe that'd be cool to put together. But basically, let me just tell a little bit from my perspective because it's kind of irritating. So I met Adam in 2016, and I had been shark fishing for 3 years before that. So I'm out here with my buddy Killian Delmore, my roommate in college, and we were basically going out there with little to no knowledge. We had some help from guys like Zach Wolk, Spencer Wonder, Dan Taliban, Jeffrey Rez. They helped us out a lot, but tips over Facebook. And so I'm grinding my butt off to catch sharks, make all these leaders, and then I meet this kid, and he's a hardworking kid. I'm like, you know what? Let's shark fish together, dude. So I talked to his parents. They surprised him with a 130 International, the old school single speed, first generation pin. We get him a rod, and this dude goes out without me, goes to Mexico Beach.
First draw.
Drew a grouper head, a clean grouper head from.
Been cheeked and everything. No meat left.
No meat at all. Dropped it for black tips.
Off the end of the Mexico Beach Pier. And
before it was gone. And caught one of the biggest tigers to date, like I've ever seen. They didn't get a tape on it, so it doesn't really
Doesn't count.
You cannot say that it was 13 plus. But if you guys have seen the pictures on our Instagram
It
or
was
Facebook, but you, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It looked like it was like 7 foot, 7'6" maybe.
That's not true.
But no, that thing was massive, and it was back like Adam didn't have a good fighting harness and plate, so he had like this little bitty like
Could barely walk for a week.
yeah, ruin your pelvis.
Yeah.
and your chance of having kids. So, oh, anytime, man. Fixing the ride. Hey, love it, man. Those who know. That's right. 8 foot tops. Right. That's what I'm saying, Jack.
No, he's wrong.
We need to get. He said he needed an electrical bike. I want to get a like electrical cart. He said he needs an electric like beach bike to ride down. If we could just drive on the beach.
Yeah.
I remember using blocks as weight. Yep, that was see. They went through the struggle with me, man. My grandma and grandpa, they came out with us, and back when we used to break, we would buy a cinder block from Lowe's for like $3, like 6 years ago, and we would drop it. There was ways we were like, okay, we're gonna drop it on its edge, and then it would break just perfect where you could get about 4 weights out of it, and then you would take 10-pound mono, wrap it up, and then tie it to your hook on the bait.
That's how Black to used to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's not good though. It's not. I don't know if you're using breakaway weights. It's just because what happens when a shark picks up your bait and then drops it like tigers do.
Yeah.
Then you can't reset your weight. Then you get your bait when it might float across your lines. Anyways, so Grandma Becky and Papa John, they were with us when we were lugging like ridiculous weight. I mean, you think of all the weight you got to carry down, right? Now we're using
how we have now.
Yeah, now we're using 6-ounce weights.
15.
Where's that one? Got our leader right here. This is all you need now. Little 6-ounce weight. You can get those from Shark Fishing Worldwide.
Yeah.
So talk
weights.
about a one-stop shop. But no, it's you bend these legs out and then that's it. Then tigers a lot of times. I mean, obviously, if you guys have watched any of our videos, we get a lot of tiger sharks around here, and tigers are notorious. Real man. Man, I'm not a real man. I promise you, I'm not. There is no front here. I'm not a tough guy. I'm not looking down all those breakaways anymore. But no, tigers are notorious for picking up baits, dropping them, and then coming back anywhere from 20 minutes to 45 minutes later. And so if you have a breakaway weight, you can't reset that weight.
You'll see the light drop or take about 10 yards.
And then that's it. Yeah, especially on your bigger baits.
Yeah.
Our only good fishing hangups. It happens. But no, we got some really cool stuff in the future that we're pretty excited about. Apparel is one of them. The stock rods are another big one. And then we've got something so when we get to, we're looking, obviously it's going to be in the future. I can confirm he is soft. Hey, Garrett, I specifically remember, Adam wasn't there because he got, he said tie off the 130. We're waiting for our black TRX to come back from Avit, so. That's a whole nother conversation. Actually, that's who he's dating right now. Mr. Old Adams taking Ella. That's the night you came to the beach after that concert.
No, I don't think so.
Just say yes. Good boy.
Yes. Yep.
But no, we've got a,
drink.
yeah, of course, man.
White cup.
Oh, we've got a milestone that we're looking for here. So, yeah. See, that's what our silver 130 has started to do that. So if you've got it, set, which one of the things I love about Avit reels is they set so good on the beach, which is
best setting reel there is.
And that's really important to me because I'm super OCD and I probably think way too much into it. But if there's too much pressure on a fish, I think when they pick it up. Now hammers, guys in South Florida talk about all the time, when hammers pick up a bait, don't mess with the drag and just if they're pulling it, 3 pounds of drag, just let them go. We don't obviously have too much experience. We've only got our hands on a couple hammers and they've only been scallops. We get a lot of big tigers around here. And tigers are super finicky. I mean, if they feel too much pressure on a bait, they're gonna drop it. That happens to us all the time. So I wish, man, we actually need some bait. So if there's anybody in the area that catching jacks, black drum, we've got about 9 countos in the freezer right now and maybe 1 kingfish and 3 bonita. That doesn't sound like a lot, but when you fish all the time, like we do, it's not a
Goes
lot of bait.
quick.
Yeah, we ran through. I think we had 45 stingray in the freezer before July started, and we ran out of stingray on July 15th.
Yep.
So we go through a lot of bait really quick. It seems pressure will change. I hope so. Once all these storms drop off, it looks like Thursday of next week is as far as we can see right now into the surf conditions. And so, that's how we do it, man. So that's what I was talking about. Is I'm super OCD, so I think maybe too much into it. And but I like a reel that sets good. So like Tiagra 130s, such nice reels. They put out such smooth drag. Their clickers are awesome. Oh my gosh,
loud.
yeah. But they don't set good, and
You gotta mess with the preset.
Yeah, you gotta mess with the preset on the beach. That's not something I'm about. Mainly because you got to count, and counting above 10 is super hard.
Yeah.
But no, it's just. Avets are really straightforward, so that's why we got 2 TRX 130s when they came out, which, I mean, think about if you look back at any reel that's come out, an Accurate 130, a first generation has problems, a Lutech Nose, first generation's not as good as their third generation, Penn, Penn's probably the only exception. That's probably the only exception.
We're talking bad about Tigger now.
Anyways, but no, it's a first generation reel. They're gonna have problems with it. It's kind of funny, like guys seem to be, super freaking out about it. And see the Tiagra handle's kind of big too. It just depends if it fits in your hands good.
I think the Tiagra handle's too big, but the Avet handle's like just right.
Yeah, I mean I think they had that right idea, but I do think it's too big. But I think that's pretty subjective depending on the person. I mean a guy like Peter Boobin, guy probably has no problem at all with the handle there. But no, Avet set's really good, so that's why we went with the Tiagras. But we've had that problem with our silver 130 when it's bumped and it sets. There's that range where you can set that drag lever, and if it's rolling, that drag lever will back down, and then it will eventually knock itself into free spool. But when we get to them, anyways, as soon as they start going, I mean, with a two-guy process here, we run right to the reel. One of us runs to the reel, the other one runs to the camera. Knock it right down in the free spool and start letting them eat. The other person
gotta let her eat.
Gotta let her eat. If we have clients, get them in the harness and let her eat, let her rip, man, let her rip. So
set the hook and keep the line tight.
No, we're that's why we picked up. We've got the narrow right here too. For those of you who have not seen, if anybody knows somebody with another Avet TRX 80 narrow, I have cash in hand right now. I will buy that reel from you. Because they don't make these narrows anymore. Put them in the camera. But no, they don't make these narrows. So here's I don't know if I can not bang my roof. But here's this is the TRX 80 wide and this is the TRX 80 narrow. You can see the spool size is a lot different, but I'm telling you, they're both TRXs. So this thing packs a punch.
Puts out just as much drag as a 130.
Right, and then we got a good scale that we use for hanging deer, honestly. And you pull out, when you pull a scale, a reel, you want to pull about 20 foot plus of line. You don't want to just pull 2 inches. And you pull scale those drag at full spool, at strike, 65 pounds of drag. That little thing packs a punch, man. Now you're not gonna drop that. You're not gonna pick up a TRX 80 narrow. And you're not going to bomb at 800 yards. No. Unless you just really want to leave 200 yards and get dumped.
Which is not smart. I would not advise that.
That's right. The safety of the shark is so important. But no, that's why we got the 80 wide. Then we still have the silver 130. It hasn't had any problems with backing down the drag. So backing down the drag has been good. The issue we had with our black Avet was the drag was not backing down, so it would stick under pressure until you got a release on it. Then it would back down.
And the gears in low speed were slipping.
Yeah,
the low speed real bad.
The low speed it would skip and it would knock. There's a video that we have and it's like click click click. So that's why she went back to Avet. But I've always heard good things about the TRX 80 series. So we've had a couple of
them and we've always liked them. Never had a problem with them yet.
Never had an issue. So like I said, that's just an issue with the 130 series. So. Structure-wise, 80 narrow is stronger from what I've heard. I've heard it was the target for Goliath grouper fishing. I mean, it would make sense for Goliath grouper fishing.
I think I've seen a couple of videos of people doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense, right? So you got a narrow reel that when you're Goliath grouper fishing, you've got it in low speed. You've got 300, 400 pound mono on there, just straight mono, and you're trying to reel. You don't have to worry about, Yeah, I know. Mr. Noah sold us that reel. He told us he had buyer's remorse, but he just got his Tiagra 130 in from Carly, and that thing looks pretty sweet. So he might not be feeling so bad about it anymore. But no, that when I saw that thing posted up, I was like, I gotta grab it.
Yeah. About to send it off to Barrett to get
favorite?
amberjacks.
Yeah, when we get everything back in, it's going off to Barrett, and it's gonna get custom to match the old George Washington here. Red,
Washington.
red, white, and blue. So we're getting that 80 in there sent off to Barrett once we get our TRX 130 back in, as long as it's working. So, but a question: what is our favorite fishing adventure?
We have had a good bit. Probably one that stands
Like
out.
shark fishing? Shark fishing wise, there's two nights, well, probably 3 nights that stand out in my mind. I don't know, there's a bunch. There's all kinds. I mean, you think about when we caught the 12'7" shark, obviously that's going to stand out. I got to say the 6 tiger shark night.
Yeah, that one was.
That was a blast. And that was like super unfortunate because we had a group with us. Like we had a group for that night and they canceled. And we couldn't find anybody. This was in 2019 to book the trip. We didn't have the following we have now. Now we could we could find somebody to book it quick. So we were like, hey, let's go out there. Didn't get, yeah. I hear that. Confidence, the experience is the most backing confidence you can get. But no, this 6 tiger night, we had clients and then they canceled. We couldn't find anybody. So we were like, we called up, Mr. Cameron, and we called up your buddy Teal. And we just got a bunch of guys out there, and we're like, even your brother came and got on a tiger shark. And we had 6 tiger sharks in 6 hours. That was pretty epic. Adam finished the night with one of the bigger tiger sharks of that year, but it was 9'3" to the fork, and it had no tail. Like thing was
just like a fist.
Like
I
a
picked
nub.
up the tail, put it back, picked it up,
There's
and
no-
slapped my shoulder.
Yeah, there's no tail. It's 9'3" to the fork. That's a pretty big fish. I gotta say the 3 tiger sharks in 2 hours with those kids was pretty awesome. And Camden was like, oh my gosh, man!
And he had a broken arm.
He had a broken arm, and he reeled in 3 tiger sharks, and he got to touch the last one, and it was pretty cool. The short drop on the small reel was the 10-foot fish. Medium drop was the medium-sized fish, was the 8-foot tiger, and then the long drop with the big bait was the 6-foot tiger. So it kind of
Did not make too much sense.
little backwards, but there was a lot of tiger sharks in the area. And then I would say probably offshore wise, if you haven't seen the video, this was early in our YouTube days, so my editing was not as good, and I probably did not do the video, the justification it needed. But when we caught 106 bonita,
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
106 bonita in one day, and we loaded the freezer down, and then, we use shark bait all the time, so those bonita went quick, but that was pretty awesome. Oh my gosh, yeah, he was out there. Mr. Matthew was out there with his family. He was outside. Yeah, it was. I'm talking that's the weird thing. We found that tigers in the 10-foot to 11-foot mark fight really, really hard.
Once they break 12, it's like a big sandbag.
It's totally different, and it's crazy too because I don't know. The 12-foot one fought really hard.
Yeah.
Which it did have a lot of current and a lot of waves. But yeah, those sharks in the 10 to 11 foot fight way harder than a 9 foot and fight way harder than a 12 foot. That 12'7".
12'3" fought good.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe just something in that 13 mark. Waffle House is open back up. Shout out to our Waffle House people.
Ducky, if you're watching, we love you.
That's right. You guys take care of us. I gotta say that we have this thing when we break 10 foot on a charter. Once we get done, we go to
20-foot total.
Or 20 foot overall for the night. We go to Waffle House. In July, we went to Waffle House a lot, and we're getting to the Waffle House at 3:30 in the morning after we're getting done packing up at 1. It takes about 2.5 hours to pack up our gear, and those people were so excited to see us every time. And Waffle House down here in the South, if you're not in the South region, don't judge us for Waffle House, because I'm telling you, Waffle House down here is so good. These Southern cooks, man, they can take care of you. They can throw a waffle together. They can make some super good grits, hash browns,
the first
eggs.
time he told me that Waffle House was just up there where he's from.
And there's just better. There's mom and pop breakfast places to go to, but no, Waffle House
is my favorite.
Waffle
restaurant.
House is open, Blake. So when you come down here and you start running trips, when you break the 10-foot mark with us, it's on Gulf Coast Nation. We're going to get Waffle House, and then that's pretty cool. Something else we do is when a shark. So we've got a combo like this George Washington. When we send the reel off and everything like that, when it comes back, it does not get to be called the George Washington. until it breaks 10 foot. So 12 foot 4 tiger, but it was. Hey man, honestly, I would rather somebody tell me they've caught a 12 foot 4 tiger shark and, you know, say, yeah, you know, it could have been 12.6, it could have been, you know, 11.11, but, you know, obviously that means you're worried about the release, which that's the important part. I mean, tigers are. See, Garrett, but I think your guys' Waffle House is different, man. You guys got to come down here and get Waffle House with this.
Yeah.
I just think it's different.
It's my favorite restaurant by far.
But no, it's you know, tiger sharks are really hardy, and you would have to try really hard to honestly kill a tiger shark due to a slow release. But that's not really the point. We talk with guys a lot about this. The point is the law. So like there's a regulation in Florida about not delaying the release. And don't get me wrong, man, we caught a shark 2019, like June 29th. I caught like a 10 foot 3. I got my side picture, I got my jaw shots. It was awesome. I miss getting those jaw shots, but it
can't do it.
Yeah, you just can't do it anymore. And there's you know ways to get around it. Like Adam and I are working on the leader. If we had a third guy there,
that would be a black tip or a spinner shark.
Yeah, so there's 2 sharks with black tips. There's if a spinner shark, the only difference is the black tip on their anal fin.
So spinner shark
actually
more
has,
black tips.
Yeah, more black
than
tips.
a black tip does.
Yeah, so you guys, and that's the same way. I mean, in Texas, they can harvest hammers, right? There's a lot of guys that try to release hammers and tigers, stuff like that. So I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, if I'm in South Carolina, if we go to South Carolina, which we'd love to make a trip if anybody wants to, you know, meet up with us to go to South Carolina. But if we were in South Carolina, I'm gonna get the shots, right? We're gonna keep it in the water. We're gonna get a jaw shot real quick. We're gonna still be rushing. So, and the point of the thing is, you know, we talked to some guys about it. Like, hey man, just follow the law. Like, it's not about you're not gonna kill the shark. You're not. I mean, as long as
you can
a tiger shark, you can kill a hammer really quick. But if you're not following the law now, and for some reason it gets thrown back and forth, and the wrong person gets a hold of it, that's going to come back and it's going to make it worse. So they might start charging $10 a person for the regulations. They might make you take a course in person. You know what I mean? There's all kinds of, you know. You've always heard the thing, you know, give them an inch, they'll take a mile. They have an inch now. Yeah. Right? They have the regulations, so that, you know, you're just gonna keep shooting yourself in the foot.
Just hope they don't want a mile.
Taser. With a rod and reel. So we actually have a video on our YouTube channel of catching stingrays in the boat. It transfers pretty well with wade fishing. What we do, I wish we had some of those snagging hooks. They're all in my truck. But we just get snagging hook. I mean, you like a gator snagging hook.
Yeah.
And that's what we use. We use a spinning rod and reel. There's a video up on our channel too of, it's called like The Beach is Open, or The Beach is Finally Open. It's from May, and the thumbnail is of a kid bowed up on a spinning reel. We caught a little black tip that day, but we were sight casting cow-nose stingrays as they're coming through the surf, and basically you take that weighted treble hook. You don't want too much weight, because if it's too heavy, when you throw it, it hits the water, it's going to splash, scare them off. But if it's obviously light enough, you can't throw it as far. So you want to get that good balance. You know, sometimes we use big treble hooks with no weight if we can get away with it and the wind's not bad. But you throw it out in front of them, wait for them to swim over the top of it, and that line starts to touch them. And I mean, just lean back like you're snagging for spoonbill if you've ever done that. Like, just lean back, smack that hook into them, and then, you know, keep that drag light, because you can pull those hooks pretty easy, and just enjoy the fight. It's pretty fun.
Now we can shoot them with bows, spear them.
That's probably our favorite way, and that's that video. There's a video of how to get shark bait on our channel, and we speared them, we snagged them, we shot them with a bow. It's all good fun getting some bait. So the bait trips, that's something we'd like to do in the future. But then you've got to get insurance on a boat. You've got to get a boat that can handle, you know, more than just 2 or 3 people comfortably, which we plan on doing in the future. I mean, in 5 years, I want to have a 28 foot boat. Preferably a catamaran dual engine that we can run out. It'd be fun to take some guys on some jigging trips for amberjack, go get barracuda, go chase bonita, just do something different that other people don't do. But that's an in the future thing. And then it would be cool to just do, like, you know, go do a bait trip, and then you go do a shark fishing trip, and maybe make that a package. But there's a lot more that goes into that, right? So there's more insurance and there's more overhead. So the more you add, the more, you know. There's pros and cons to everything you do in life. You just got to find the balance that you're okay with. So I will say the rod that we do have, and the combo that we do have that has a name, is the old Gulf Coast Nation Silver Bullet. She has broken 10 foot twice now.
12-1.
12-1, 12-1, and then the 11-4. That 11-4, ate them.
Didn't she also get another 10?
I don't think so, man. Maybe possibly.
The reel caught.
The reel, yeah, the reel
Yeah,
caught my
yeah.
10-3. I was just thinking about the combo.
Yeah.
Here's the old gal, the old Avid TRX 130. There's been a lot of controversy back and forth. You know what? Honestly, my thing is I think it's the silver reels are good.
Yeah, I think it's the black ones.
I think the silver reels are good to go. The black Avids have issues. The blue Avids have issues. But it might just be the silver reel here has maybe the good luck charm, because I know a couple guys, and maybe I'm completely wrong, and there's guys that have sent in all the silver reels too, but our silver one we've had it since 2019, had no problems. We got our black Avid 130 and it had an issue like within 6 months.
Yeah.
So, and this one's going strong about 1.5 years now. So ridiculous line cap, ridiculous drag, and this is obviously for our far drop, so that's always fun.
Catching.
It's just not scrolling. Scroll. Y'all can catch fish with us. I got the beast spot. Hey man, if you got a good hookup, I'm game. I think we need to pay old Sawyer Lee Barrington a visit up there too.
Yes.
Say hey to our buddy in North Carolina.
Old Sally.
Old Sally. The most entertaining Facebook guy you'll ever meet. But now it's this is the combo that doesn't have a name. So if you guys have any names, you think, throw some names out there.
Got to break 10 first.
Got to break 10, but we're taking name applications, right? So it's a green. It's got blue braid underneath. I think we're gonna do a mahi style themed rod. I'm not 100% sure, but that is
Hulk.
the dealio.
That would be a good one.
Hulk. See, that's what we thought about. The Hulk. Grab that steadfast plate. So this is something pretty exciting that one of our sponsors is coming out with too. Steadfast Rods is coming out with a line of plates. So they're not actually going to be 100% like this. They're diamond plate. This is a prototype. I'm sure you guys, if you're shark fishing, you have seen the green monster. I like it. I thought about the green machine. If you guys have seen The Longest Yard. Oh, Adam Sandler. Where have you gone? Where have you gone? But now this is a pretty cool design here. It's got a cup that, you know, goes up and down. It makes it easier to stick and then get in the harness. It flexes with you a little bit. But really what I like about it is it's a simple design.
And it's wide.
But it's wide, right? So Barrett makes the same thing. Barrett's got really wide plates. And they're just solid aluminum. It's, when you get down to it, a fighting plate's a fighting plate, but I've really enjoyed these. I mean, we have a Barrett P19 series, and don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with the P19 series. They're awesome. It's not quite as wide. I'm sure the P22 would be a little bit more comfortable for us, but we are always reaching for the steadfast plate first. And then, if I'm telling you right now, we've
Best
had
harness there.
the mat. So these things are expensive, but we've had the AFCO harnesses in the past. AFCO's great, but we've had them break a bunch on us during a fight, putting a lot of pressure. These braid, what is this called? The play action.
Yeah.
These things are expensive. They're about $300 a piece. We've got a couple of them, but I'm telling you, they are so comfortable. You sit to this thing, and all the stitching on it is solid, so we haven't had a break yet. We haven't had any issues. And there's like a brute buster braid harness.
Yeah.
I would not recommend that because it's got what holds the reel is Velcro on the sides. So obviously under a lot of pressure, over time, sand getting in there, out of there, into there, out of there, it's gonna pull. And we've had those Velcro straps pull and break, which obviously you just Velcro and heavy pressure doesn't work unless you're talking about my sneakers.
He doesn't know how to tie shoes.
Lace up. No, but that play action harness that's a go-to. So we've got some things over the years that we've had, you know, like this TRX thing is kind of frustrating because we spent over $3,000 in 2 reels, just the reels, and now we're down 1 reel, might be down another reel. We're having to now pay even more money to go get new reels to keep people on the beach, and it's just kind of like, you know, but that's, like I said, pros and cons to everything. Just find the balance that you are okay with, because there's gonna be parts that aren't great to everything. So see these comments again. I keep messing this phone up, man. I don't know why. There we go. Yes, the green machine. All right, so on our deep drop. So I don't know where you fish exactly or how the sandbars are here. So basically you've got you just hit that live chat button. Boom. You're so heavy with your finger, you're gonna knock everything over. So on our far drop, I would estimate, depending on the day, right? So if it's 15-mile-an-hour winds and 4-foot waves, 3-foot waves, we're not gonna take that bait more than maybe 400 yards, 450. If we get one a little bit further out, one, that's less line in the water, which is gonna put less pressure on the weight, which is gonna make everything hold better, which is when you're doing stuff like that, your main goal is just to keep baits in the water, which sometimes can be a challenge. Last weekend, we fished with some awesome guys from Texas. We had Shark Fishing Worldwide, giant weights, and I'm telling you, it was one of the toughest paddles of my life. It was actually in our last video during the kayak section. It's so funny to get guys commenting like, man, those waves don't look big, you should come. And it's like, man, get your phone out the next time you're paddling in some rough waves and like record it and then watch it later. It's not the same thing.
I saw 3 of the biggest waves that I've ever seen in my life that day.
And we've played in 16-foot hurricane waves. And there were some waves that were like, what in the world? I will say there's only
way up and right back down.
Shorter top shots make Jeep drip. That's right. That's right. So that's what we've been doing. We load them pretty much 2/3 of the way full, unless we're on the 80s. Then we're packing probably 7/8 of the way full.
Yeah.
but yeah, leave maybe 150 yards, 200 yards of top shot on your big 130s, and then drop them far. I know some guys like to leave a bunch of room for mono so you can drop it to the braid and keep your braid out of the water. That definitely makes sense. I just would rather have if we want to drop, we didn't ever get back to our normal day. So on a flat day, 800 to 1,000 yards, we'll drop one bait, 800 to 1,000 yards if we're running 3 to 4 big rods. And it's basically just one on the other side of the bar, which is about 150, 200, one about 250, 300, another about 450, 500, and then another in that 800 to 1,000 yard range. You just gotta, surf fishing guys do the same thing, right? Diversify your spread. Yep, that's how we do it. We got this green avent right here has got, you can see, it's maybe 50, 60 yards of top shot. So I don't know why that Facebook,
that's also true.
Yep.
It's a lot easier kayak with braid.
And the weights set so much faster and they set so much better. So that's just,
you don't have a giant bow in your line.
Yep, that's simple stuff right there. But no, the only video I've ever seen somebody kayaking, and I've watched the video and been like, holy crap, those waves are huge, is there's a video circulating somewhere. I'm sure Shark Fishing Worldwide, Anton has it, but it's of Zach Wolk in Texas, and there's a wave, man, that he goes behind it. It's rough when you're videoing and then you can't see the kayaker for probably a good 3, 4, 5 seconds, and then you see the kayaker for a good 6, 7 seconds, and then you don't see the kayaker. But there was one he's going into this wave, man, and this wave comes way up and it picks his kayak up and he's straight up and down.
Perfect storm.
Yep, and just gets completely wrecked. And you're watching that video going, yeah, I don't care if that video makes it look small or not. That's a giant thing. But no, we've got about 15 more minutes here on the live video, and then we're gonna jump out and go. We're meeting up with Yakking with Jack. If you guys have not subscribed to Yakking with Jack's channel, do it right now. The dude catches some crazy fish in the kayak. He does some shark fishing from the beach, and we're about to meet up with him here in 25, 30 minutes. So Jack, start stretching. Yep. See, and that's the thing. People always ask us, all right, hey, what's your limit? We kayak all the time, and we're good kayakers. I'm not gonna, we can kayak through some rough stuff. I would love for somebody to come down here in some rough waves, and that's smack talking on the comment section, and come down here and see if you can comment with us. But you could probably kayak in 10-foot waves.
Yeah.
Hands down.
You just said what you're about to say.
Yep.
We don't base it off the waves. It's mostly off the wind.
Right. So 8-foot waves, 7, 8-foot waves, 0 mile an hour wind, no big deal. 1-foot waves, 25 mile an hour wind,
can't do it.
Staying at the house.
Yeah.
I'm staying at the house. Adam, this July, man, it was my fault. I got him caught in a storm. He went for a long drop on a super flat day. It was actually in that video too. There's a couple sections where you just see really windy and the waves aren't bad and it doesn't look that bad. Adam went out on an 850 yard drop, dropped it, was coming back. We had a storm blow up out of nowhere while he was coming back, went over the top of me. It blew so hard. You guys have seen our cart. It's 4 wheels. It blew the cart over. I'm talking like blue rods out of the rod holders. I'm like at least 35 to 40 mile an hour winds.
North wind.
North, yeah, pushing him out, and it hit at him, and I'm talking like I was going to go ahead and prepare for the coast. Him, you know, he has a VHF radio on you.
I was about to send out my hail.
Just start calling Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Yeah, see that's just not like I'm not gonna do that because luckily we have enough days to where it's like if it's bad, there's gonna be other days, and you know if you get sucked out, you drown, you're not gonna come back anymore. Yeah, man, yeah, an 80 wide's the go-to. We fish a 50 and we fish a 30 wide with 80-pound braid, and it's black tips. Black tip reels, short drops, really small baits within 30 to 40 yards from the beach. If you're going to target big sharks, man, I mean, you might be able to get away with a 50 wide accurate, spooled the correct way. But if you're going to try to use a 50 or an 80, you cannot not scale out your drag.
Yeah.
You've got to scale out your drag because I know guys who've hooked up, you know, they're hooking up to like a thing and they pull it and they're like, oh, that feels, you know, you're not tarpon fishing, man. You can't feel like, oh, that feels like 35, 40 pounds of drag, and then you pull it on the scale and it's like, whoa, man, that's only 20 pounds of drag, my guy. Like,
don't come out of the box. You go to strike, you can pull it with your hand.
Yeah, and that's what I think. That's kind of the confusion of guys who buy lever drags for the first time. They don't know, like, hand me that reel. They don't know
this one.
No, man, what are you talking about?
I was wondering. I was like, that one doesn't have a preset.
They don't know the preset. So like obviously most of you guys shark fishing know, but you've got this knob right here, and it's the preset knob. So you've got to, on lever drag reels, you've got to crank this thing up to get your drag, right? So I think what guys do out of the box is they take this thing out, they put line on it, and then they think, okay, the box says 99 pounds of drag at full. So they go here, okay, that's 85 pounds, and then that, you know, push it to full, you know, that's 99 pounds. That's not how that works. You gotta mess with that's like picking up a rifle out of the gun shop, putting a scope on it and going, hey man, the scope's on. Let's go.
Let's go kill a deer.
Yeah, without sighting your rifle in or sighting your bow in. So it's the same thing. You've got to kind of set your preset right. I think we had somebody. I don't know why I can't keep these counts up, man. Sounds like you need 80 wide, 14 knot full of 130 mono. Well, deep drops changing your drag.
Yes, they will.
Yep. That's simple physics right there. So obviously, the deeper you go into the spool, the closer you get to the center of it. There's going to be more drag. I've heard guys say, well, dude, set it at 40 pounds at strike. So when you drop your baits, you're actually at 65 pounds of drag at strike. One, you have not scaled out your drag to know that you're exactly at 65 pounds. So now you're just guessing, which that is not good. Don't guess. But what happens when you have a 14.8 hammerhead like the guys just caught in Texas not long ago, and he's on the bar, you got a 1,000-pound fish, and you're at strike or you're at full and you have 47 pounds of drag, because that's what you set it, because you're trying to anticipate lower drag when you drop it. Now you've got this fish 50 yards off the beach, and you can't turn that fish because you only have 40 pounds of drag. So you can always more than 500 yards out and full when I have less than 200 yards. I guess, yeah, I mean, experience is the best teacher, right? So like if you don't learn something until you learn it the hard way most of the time, especially if you're a guy. So that's just how life is. But no, in my mind, you set it at full drag or at strike, full spool, 65 pounds. And then if the fish is close to the bar, or you're half spool and you're dropped it and you're hooking up to a fish, just go halfway up to strike, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Now you've got, maybe that's 65 pounds and strike is really 75 pounds of drag now, but you have it, right?
Yeah.
You
it's
can't,
there if you need it.
Yeah, but when, if you set it at 40 pounds at strike and then full is only 52, just get a senator, man. Just go get an EXW. There's no reason to fish TRX reels, because you're not using the, what the reel's actually used for. You're kind of wasting your own money. So that's kind of how we see it. It's, you have it if you need it. And I would hate to be in the harness and think, man, oh my gosh, I promise you I can maybe hold 40, 45 pounds of drag. But that's why
you got a spotter.
That's why you have a buddy. You're supposed to have a spotter. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
I'll let you go that one.
No, you're not, we don't set these drags, macho men to hold them by ourselves. We set these drags in anticipation to hold them with a spotter. I mean, if you've seen any of our videos, him or I don't leave the rod ever. And there's no reason to, but that's, this land-based shark fishing for 8-foot plus fish is not a solo sport. There are few guys, Jack Swaghammer, that can do this sport alone successfully. So
And he's good at it too.
yeah, and that's but what has he been doing? I mean, he has the experience, right?
Yeah.
So he's
He's
experienced with
been
these big fish. So if you're getting into shark fishing and you just want to go shark fish, you can't, if it's your first year, I would not recommend going out there solo until you get your hands on some fish, right? I was the same way 7 years ago when I started. The first releases we had on sandbars and blacktips, it was like, oh my gosh, don't get close to it. It's got teeth. It's gonna attack you. No. But you don't learn that. We can tell you right now how to release a fish. We can show you on a video, but until you get in the water with it, it's not gonna happen. That's what I mean. When we hire kids on, we're gonna take them out and shark fish with them first. And you can just like anything, right? I mean, you teach somebody in the classroom how to drive a forklift.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter until you get in the forklift, you start driving it. So experience is the best teacher there, guys. We got about a little less than 10 minutes here. If you guys have any more questions, any pressing things that you want, we are here for you. We are live. We've got the fire rolling. Remind you guys again, this video is sponsored by sandbartackle.com, guys. Circle hooks, if you guys shark fish, if you guys offshore fish, trout fish, circle hooks, treble hooks, J hooks, I'm telling you, this is it. Yeah, we're going. So the story there is we're going to obviously fish hard for a Mako this winter. We do it every winter, but Adam's got one more year left of high school, so he's finishing out his senior year right now. And once he graduates high school, this is what we'll be doing full time. So I'm telling you, get that 24 in your hand, man, and it will change your life. Here, I got this one right here. It will change your life. But no, once Adam graduates high school, we're going to be, in the wintertime, we're going to be putting some time on the beach. And I have no doubt in my mind, given enough hard work, we're going to put a Mako on the beach. It's going to happen. Yeah. It's going to happen. So hopefully this winter, that'd be nice, but it definitely will have, it's obviously just a put your time in kind of thing. So here's that 24-aught, man. They're carbon steel. You can't beat them, man. Inline, they're strong hooks. There's a video, we have it posted on our Instagram of these things getting pulled by a truck, but it's so nice, man. They come in sharp, right? So you don't have to, there's other companies that you get that you've got to sharpen them when they get in. They get in, and we were getting packs of hooks going to the shop, sharpening hooks on the grinder before we put them on leaders, and that's ridiculous. These things
it breaks the coating on it.
So then they rust twice as fast, right?
One trip out of them, maybe.
And I'll say, for those of you guys who don't, I'm telling you, that's the go-to, man. It's and that's the thing. So you get, let's say you spend, $30 on a pack of 20-aughts from another company, and then they only last half as long. So then you're buying them twice as much. Put Jack on a big boy. We're gonna get Jack in a harness, man. We're gonna do some messing around today off the sand, but with some shark fishing gear. So y'all just stay tuned to that. Like I said, if you want it, like this, what we're about to go do with Jack and hang out with him for a little while, it's not gonna be on our channel. So you gotta follow Yakking with Jack, man, because you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it. So, but no, it's those 24-aughts are it's like an investment, right? Like it's saying, okay, I'm gonna buy a 6-aught Senator because it's cheaper right now instead of getting an 80-watt Avit. It's that, just like braid or mono or anything like that. I live in Foley, and we're good spots in the nipple. Hey, I'm another shout out right now. If anybody wants to take these two guys, what's up, on a tuna fishing trip, go out. I want to go to the nipple, chase some wahoo. We want to do a video chasing some wahoo, and then we want to do a yellowfin tuna trip, jigging for blackfin. We want to do an overnight. So if you guys know of anybody in the Gulf Coast, but someone asked about East Coast versus Gulf Coast, no clue. Never fished anywhere other than the Gulf Coast. We were gonna make a trip down to South Florida and fish the East Coast side in March, and then it got canceled due to some storms. 24-foot Sea Fox, always game, man. Dual engines, and let's let it rip. We'll go make a video. I'll get the drone charged up. We'll get the cameras charged up. We got all kinds of nice boat gear. We just don't have a boat that can make it out to the 83-mile mark or the 60-mile mark to get us on those big fish. But no, I would love to go. I mean, that's something we're gonna do. Like I said, Adam is one more year in high school. That's his main thing right now is get out of school the right way.
Yes, graduate.
Graduate, and then we'll have a lot more freedom to put a ton of time on the beach with winter. I'm gonna meet up with Yakking with Jack a lot this winter when Adam's in school, and we're gonna put our time on the beach. But once Adam gets out, we can do week-long, 7 days in a row series of videos fishing on the beach in the winter. We can make a trip to go visit our guys in South Carolina and North Carolina. We can head down south and go after some hammers and stuff like that. But for right now, we're sticking around this area. Yeah, man, it's I would say it's tough, but it's not an unenjoyable tough.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, like there's nights where like we get done at 1 o'clock, I'm back here Monday night at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock after we've gotten done at Waffle House, that's kind of my fault. And then I'm up, like I'm making a huge thing of coffee and I'm sitting down with my computer over here and I'm just start editing videos for Light Blue. Hey man, we've taken our little 20-foot Sea Fox with a 115 out 35 miles and caught that big old mahi. If you haven't seen that video, check that thing out because Adam smacked a huge mahi in a bay boat. That was pretty fun. But no, it's then I start working on the video at 6 o'clock, don't get it done until 8 on Tuesday, and I'm like scrambling because I know everybody's looking like, where's this video? So but it's all worth it, right? I mean, there's times when you lose your sleep and there's times when to put videos out consistently every Tuesday, especially with Adam in school now, so we're only fishing 2 days a week maybe now.
Yeah.
And I might get some solo fishing in, but obviously I can't do the same that I would when my buddy comes down here. He's gonna run some trips with us and we'll be able to do some more week fishing. We've got that little dinghy. I'm gonna do some goofy stuff in that dinghy. You can guarantee that. So there'll be some fun videos coming. But now it's all part of the fun, but it is definitely a grind. It's not as easy as when we started doing this, and we did YouTube. The reason we started this channel honestly was for us.
Yeah.
Right. Like I was like, dude, if we bring GoPros out and I make some horrible videos, at least we can, those are memories, right? And then maybe we can give them to clients, and we were trying to think of like, how can we make this experience better? And then this has rolled into, that's awesome, man. New to the area. It's an amazing area, but now it's kind of rolled into this is a whole different platform where we can share the experience with people all over the world. I mean, we've had people from Germany, Greece. Hey, the big house is man. It's a big house, baby. We've got man, anytime. That's what we get our joy from. Obviously, you see it in the videos. I'd much prefer to pass the rod to somebody else. That 12-foot 7 tiger, I don't want to catch it.
Yeah.
I really don't. Those kids getting to reel on that rod is something they will never forget. Getting to pass the rod is something that's it's not everybody's like that, right? I mean, some people like to catch fish, and I understand that. I would rather do all the work and have somebody else catch it. And that's what that translates into this, right? We want to help people catch bigger fish. If you have any questions, we get guys all the time on Instagram and Facebook. They call me. And I do not mind. I really don't. We get guys with questions all the time on Instagram. What do you think about this? What do you think about, line? How should I do my leader? How do you guys rig your baits? Where do you guys get baits? Everything under the moon. And I will always, it might take me some time, especially if we're out on a trip or I'm editing videos or doing something like that or marketing for the shirts. But, it may take some time, but I'm going to get back with you. And, that's what our goal here is, to show people the good side of shark fishing, right? So sometimes there's a bad...
Shark fishing community is a bit not...
Can I turn the light off? That'd be cool, right? There's a bad omen behind shark fishing.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, there can be a bad light on catching sharks. I mean, if you think about it from, a perspective of not doing it and you're hurting sharks and all that stuff, and there's been a lot of, that's why there's regulations in Florida now. So our goal here kind of is to shed some light, right? So we're doing, we're tagging sharks, which, helps out a little bit. It really helps out NOAA more than anything, but it's shark conservation nonetheless. And then, we're quick releasing fish. People are getting an amazing experience from it. It's helping our Gulf Coast thrive, right? And it's a whole cycle that gives back. And it's not as doomy and gloomy as some of the PETA people. But I mean, that's, like I said, anybody's going to complain about anything, right? You'd be going giving money to homeless people, and someone's going to be like, man, don't give free money to homeless people. There's always something for somebody to complain about. But no, that's kind of our goal is just help you guys catch bigger fish. We're about to close this out here. We got about a minute left, but what I wanted to share one more time with you, give a big shout out to our man Chase. Not to bring any bad energy or anything, but my friend is always saying how he thinks shark fishing will be banned in the next near future. Wanted to see what y'all's opinion. All right, I can touch on that a little bit. That's a topic that, one, you really can't know for certain. So this is just our opinion on it. But I don't see shark fishing being banned permanently. Now, I mean, with that being said, it's banned on the Alabama coast, right? Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, you can't shark fish there. So that could be a reality for
But
Florida.
that's just Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. You can fish Dolphin Island.
Yeah, and you can fish Fort Morgan. So that's you know, it's obviously something that could happen. That kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier in this live stream, is following the rules, right? It's not about, like, tigers are so hardy, man. You can get pictures with them. It's so tough to kill a tiger shark. Not that we're trying to by any means, but they're super hardy in a release. They'll last for a long time. But that's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is to follow the rules, right? If you guys didn't want rules, you should have done something in 2018, 17, 16. But we're here now, 2020, and there's regulations, and that is the truth of the matter. But if people continue to just ignore the rules, take pictures with prohibited species, delay release, then post videos of them delaying the release, post pictures of them delaying the release, yeah, maybe that's a conversation to be had, because that's going to force their hand, right? There's what FWC in Florida, at least, is not against shark fishing.
Yeah.
They are on our side. We have plenty of agents that are very close to us. They love what we do. They love shark fishing. They understand the tourism side of it. They also understand the fun side of it, right? For the recreational guys. But there are other people who complain about shark fishing and think it should be banned and think no one should ever catch another shark in the entire world ever again. So you've got a whole other side, then you've got side, you know, our side, then you've got FWC in the middle. So if people keep posting pictures of tiger sharks and keep posting pictures of hammerheads and keep
delaying the release, and
Yeah,
posting
and
videos,
posting videos of it, that's going to force the hand of FWC to start doing something, right? And that's another valid point, is who do you have connections with? So if somebody who really hates shark fishing has the wrong connection, and then it's evidence, right? So like if you take a picture with a tiger shark and there's no one around you trying to get the hook out, and you're taking a picture and it's obviously delaying the release, or you post a video, literal video evidence of it, of you delaying a release,
doing exactly what they told you not to
do,
measuring it.
There's plenty of people in the recent years that are really close to us that have delayed the release, gone directly against the rules, but that's evidence, right? So then this PETA person who does not want shark fishing can take this video. You can pull videos off YouTube, and they will send it to FWC and say, look, they broke this law, this law, this law. Then that happens 20 times. FWC now has no choice, right? It's no longer, it's out of their hands. They have to do something about it. That's what happened in 2019 with the laws. They had to do something about it. That's why we have regulations now. If it continues to happen, then they're going to have to do something else again, whether that's making more strict regulations, whether that's making a fee for the thing, maybe that's in-person classes, or if it gets all the way to the extreme side of banning, you know, shark fishing. I don't know. Obviously, that's not my decision. So, but all you can control is what you can control, right? So be responsible out on the beach, take care of fish, take care of sharks, and just be professional. You know, we got there, we have a blast. Adam gets ripped on his face from a foul hook bull shark. It's all good fun. We post videos, but we're having fun, but we're responsible, and you got to go out there and be professional. So, yeah. All right. So last thing real quick, we're just going to talk about the the shirts. Message us on Facebook and Instagram, guys. We're going to go ahead and jump off this live chat here and close everything up. We appreciate you guys. Once again, Sandbar Tackle for sponsoring this video. Message us on Facebook and Instagram to get your own shirt, and we will catch you guys next time, man. Love you guys.